Guys, am I audible and visible properly? Please tell me in the chats. Am I audible and visible properly? Please tell me in the chats. Yes, I believe so. So today's session is going to be amazing. In the today's session, we will be talking about, I would say, which chapter I would write over here, electrostatics. Electrostatics. Okay. This is the chapter that we are going to be talking about in the today's session, that is electrostatics. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I believe all of you are doing great. I believe all of you are doing great. You don't have to worry about anything. Those students who have joined Phoenix 3.0, I will be starting from the scratch, okay? Wherever basic mathematics or vectors is involved in this chapter, I'll revise that. You don't have to worry about anything. I will be starting from the basics, okay? And I will take you to the level which you actually need, okay? So that must be our first priority. Is that clear? Yes. So let's dive into this particular session, my dear NEET aspirants. Let's dive into this particular session. Take a look. First and the foremost thing, we need to talk about electrostatics. What does electrostatics actually mean? It is simply, my dear NEET aspirants, when it comes to the chapter electrostatics, it is simply the study of charges at rest. It is simply the study of charges at rest. As simple as that. It is simply the study of charges at rest. That's it. If the charges are at rest, we are supposed to study those charges in electrostatics. Basically, it is the study of charges, I can say, my dear NEET aspirants. I can say. Okay, yes. Now, first and the foremost thing that I would like to make you understand over here, listen to me very carefully. First and the foremost thing, that is, I would say, electric charge. Electric charge. So first topic itself is electric charge. So I would want you to listen to me very, very, very carefully. I would want you to listen to me very, very, very carefully. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, when you talk about this electric charge, let's suppose I'll take a simple example over here. Simple example is, let's suppose I'm taking a comb over here. I'm taking a comb over here. This is the comb. This is the comb. And I'm rubbing this comb with my hair, something like this. I'm rubbing this comb with my hair. And then I take a small piece of papers. These are the small piece of papers. Okay. Piece of papers. Now, if I say, I am bringing this comb near to these piece of papers, okay, what is going to happen? You might have done this experiment at your home, na? You have a comb, you are rubbing the comb with your hair, then you take this comb near to the piece of papers. Sir, as far as my knowledge is concerned, these piece of papers will be attracted towards the comb. Absolutely. This attraction will take place. This attraction will take place. Let's suppose, my dear NEET aspirants, I say, if you don't rub the comb with your hair, will it attract the piece of papers? If you don't rub the comb with your hair, will it attract the piece of papers? Absolutely not. So when you rub the comb with your hair, then only it is attracting the piece of papers, my dear NEET aspirants. Then only it is attracting the piece of papers. Okay. So we say, when you rub the comb with your hair, something is occupied onto this comb. Something is occupied onto this comb. And this something, my dear NEET aspirants, is what we call electric charge. So I can say, this body comb attracts another body, piece of papers, only because of the charge. So because of the charge, this attraction took place. So now how can I define this charge? Can I define the charge something like this? I can say it is a property. A property. It is a property due to which a body attracts or repels another body. It is a property due to which a body attracts or repels another body. Like here, when you basically rub the comb with your hair, so from your hair, I would say charge is transferred onto the comb. And because of that charge only, it is attracting these piece of papers, my dear NEET aspirants. Guys, smash the like button if you're not like the session yet. Come on, do it. So when you rub the comb with your hair, then only it is attracting the piece of papers. Because then only charge is occupied onto this comb. This is what we call electric charge. Now, electric charge is a property due to which a body attracts or repels another body. This is how we define charge. So from now onwards, my dear NEET aspirants, I hope charge is crystal and clear. Okay, please tell me in the chats, is this clear? Is this clear, boys and girls? Tell me in the chats. That's great. That's amazing. That's nice. Yes, yes. You can subscribe now. You can join the batch right now itself. Okay, that's not a problem. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, listen to me very carefully. When we talk about this charge, we say there are two types of charges. I'll write over here. Types of charges. Types of charges. I'll write over here types of charges. We say there are two types of charges, my dear NEET aspirants. Okay. The first one is positive and the second one is negative. Positive charge and negative charge. These are the two types of charges we have. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, listen to me very carefully. Let's suppose if you have an object, if you have a rod, let's suppose you have a rod. Okay, this is a rod you have. And on this rod, you are occupying positive charge. This is the positive charge occupied onto the rod. And my dear NEET aspirants, you are taking one more rod on which you have positive charge. Sir, how are you storing the positive charge on this rod? By any means, you don't have to think about that. We'll see that later in the upcoming time. Like by means of rubbing, whatever it is. Let's suppose the rod is positively charged. Now, when you take these two rods close to each other, my dear NEET aspirants, okay? When we take these two rods close to each other, we say they start repelling. They will start repelling. Why? Because positive repels. Like charges repel. And my dear NEET aspirants, listen to me very carefully. Let's suppose we have a rod which is having positive charge on it. And we have a rod which is having negative charge on it. This is a positively charged rod. This is a negatively charged rod. Okay. This is a positively charged rod and this is a negatively charged rod. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, what I want you to understand in this particular case is these two rods attract each other. These two rods attract each other. Why? Because you have positive and negative. And my dear NEET aspirants, let's suppose you have a rod on which you have negative charge, another rod on which you have negative charge. Now, these two rods will also repel each other. Why? Because we say the statement that is like charges. repel, and unlike charges attract. Like charges repel and unlike charges attract. So my dear NEET aspirants, if you have positive positive, they will repel. If you have positive negative, they will attract. If you have negative negative, they will repel. So like charges repel and unlike charges attract. One more important point I just want to mention over here. What is that? Symbol of charge. Symbol of charge. Guys, I told you, even if you don't know any basics, even if you are an art student, even if you are a 10th class student, if you remain attentive in my class, because I have full faith in my teaching, I would say, full trust in my teaching, you would be able to understand every single damn point. Doesn't matter how complex the topic is, because we have the experience of making complex things very easy. Okay, that's why I told you, you don't have to worry. Even if I started from this chapter, let's suppose in the upcoming time vectors are involved somewhere, you don't have to worry, bro. It's me here, okay? Take a chill pill. It's your bro here. I'll fix everything. Okay? So I'll tell you over there how much you guys are supposed to remember here. So I'll teach that basics at that point of time. So take a chill pill, have your full faith on us, have your trust on us. The rest, you don't worry. Okay? Is that clear? Yes, same phenomena can happen. I can give you another examples also in the upcoming time. Like if you take a glass rod with the silk cloth, if you rub those two over there, it gets charged. That we'll see after some time. In that case, we say negative charge gets transferred from the glass rod to the silk cloth. Okay. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, take a look, boys and girls. Listen to me very carefully. We say symbol of charge is Q. Like you say, sir, I have a block over here. Its mass is 10 kgs. You say something like this. I have a body, its mass is 10 kgs. So what is the symbol over here? Symbol is M. And what is this SI unit? What is this SI unit? SI unit means you are measuring the mass in kgs. You are measuring the mass in kgs, my dear NEET aspirants. Okay, this mass you are measuring in kgs. Okay, you are measuring the mass in kgs. So, my dear NEET aspirants, similarly, if I say, when it comes to the symbol of charge, it is Q. And when it comes to the SI unit, it is Coulomb. It is Coulomb. Okay, like. I can say from now onwards, there is a rod. On this rod, you have a charge of 10 Coulomb. Q is equal to 10 Coulomb. You cannot say charge is Q is equal to 10 liters because we measure the charge in coulombs, my dear NEET aspirants. Okay, like if it is a positive charge, so I can mention positive also. Q is equal to plus 10 Coulomb charge. Q is equal to minus 10 Coulomb charge. Now revise with me, my dear NEET aspirants. What is a charge? Sir, charge is something due to which one body attracts another body or one body repels another body. It is because of the charge. Now, example we took when a comb is rubbed with the silk cloth. Sir, in that case, when you take it near to the piece of papers, it will attract the piece of papers. Why? Because of the charge. When you were rubbing the comb with the, I would say here, charge was transferred from the hair to the comb. So that's why because of that charge, it attracted the piece of papers. Okay, then we said two types of charges are there, positive and negative. So positive repel, negative repel, positive attract. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, let's first discuss over here. I would mention that is a positively charged body. Listen to me very carefully. Positively charged body. Let's discuss positively charged body, my dear NEET aspirants. Okay, positively charged body. Sir, what does this positively charged body actually mean? What does this positively charged body actually mean? Okay. Sir, when it comes to this positively charged body, just a second, guys. Okay. When it comes to this positively charged body, okay, this positively charged body, okay, take a look. Let's suppose, before this, my dear NEET aspirants, let's talk about atom. Everything in this universe is made up of small, tiny particles, and those tiny particles are what we call the atoms. Okay. Let's suppose, my dear NEET aspirants, I'll draw an atom over here. I'll draw an atom over here. Listen carefully. At the center of the atom, you have nucleus. At the center of the atom, you have nucleus. Around the nucleus, my dear NEET aspirants, you have, around the NEET atom, you have, my dear NEET aspirants, electrons. Okay. At the center of the atom, you have nucleus. Inside the nucleus, you have protons and neutrons. I'll write it over here. So inside the nucleus, you have protons plus neutrons. This is the nucleus. And outside of the nucleus, you have got electrons. You have got electrons. And I will mention over here, when it comes to a proton, proton is that particle which has got positive charge. As of now, you remember this much. When it comes to the electron, electron is that particle which has got negative charge. And when it comes to the neutron, neutron is that particle which is neutral. Neutral means which has got net charge 0. Sir, how much charge is present on the proton? 1.6 into 10 raised power minus 19 coulomb, but positive, positive. Sir, how much charge is present on the electron? 1.6 into 10 raised power minus 19 coulomb, but negative. So, if we draw an atom, inside the atom you have nucleus, inside the nucleus you have protons and neutrons, and outside the nucleus electrons are revolving. This is how an atom looks like. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, I want you to understand this very carefully. I want you to understand this very carefully. Take a look, take a look. See. When we talk about positively charged body, let's suppose I'm taking an atom over here. Let me take an atom over here. Take a look. Okay. Take a look. Take a look. Okay. See, guys. Okay. Yes. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, this is the atom, and inside the atom you have nucleus in which we have got 4 protons and 4 neutrons. This is the atom in which you have 4 protons and 4 neutrons. Okay. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, outside this, let's suppose 4 electrons are revolving. These are the 4 electrons which are revolving outside of the nucleus. How many? 4. Could you please tell me, if we talk about this particular atom, boys and girls, how many number of positive charges are there, sir? 4. Because 4 protons means 4 positive charge. How many negative charges are there, sir? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 negative charges. So could you please tell me, in this particular case, number of positive charges will be equals to number of negative. Absolutely. When number of positive charges are equal to the number of negative charges, in that case, we say net charge is 0. In that case, we say the body is neutral. Now, how do you define the neutral body from now onwards? If the amount of positive charge is equal to the amount of negative charge, then we say the body is neutral. Then we say the body is neutral. Now, let's suppose, my dear NEET aspirants, by any means, okay, you are removing the electron. Remove 1 electron. By any means, my dear NEET aspirants, you are removing the electron. Listen to me very carefully. By any means, you are removing the electron, boys and girls. By any means, you are removing 1 electron from this. You are removing 1 electron from this. Take a look. Okay. You are removing 1 electron from this. You are taking out 1 electron from this. Now, if you are taking out 1 electron, my dear NEET aspirants, if you are taking out 1 electron, Now, could you please tell me in this particular atom how many positive charges are there? 4. How many negative? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, my dear NEET aspirants, can I say in this case, number of positive charges is greater than number of negative charges? Number of positive is greater than number of negative. If the number of positive becomes greater than number of negative, in that case, we say net charge of this body becomes positive. In that case, we say this becomes positively charged. Sir. So when an electron is removed from a body, the body from a neutral body, it becomes positively charged. So I can write over here, when an electron is removed, from the neutral atom, it becomes positively charged. I believe everybody is able to understand every single damn thing. Tell me, boys and girls. Okay. When an electron is removed from the neutral atom, it becomes positively charged. Okay. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, tell me one thing. Since this is a positively charged body, in this positively charged body, could you please tell me what do you see over here? Sir, I can see over here less number of negative charge and more number of positive charge. See, positive charge is more and negative charge is less. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, what is, I can say, can I give it a word, deficiency of electron? What does deficiency mean? So when you go to the doctor tells you have deficiency of this vitamin, deficiency of minerals. What does that mean? So less number of minerals, vitamins are inside your body. Since you are a biology person, you must be knowing better than me. You have less number of minerals inside your body. I would say there is a deficiency of electrons over here. So deficiency of electrons means what? Positive charge. So this is the another definition. I would say main definition of this, I can say deficiency of electrons is known as positive charge. So this is how we define the positive charge. Deficiency of electrons is known as, I would say what? Deficiency of electrons is known as the positive charge. So this is how we define positive charge. Deficiency of electrons. As simple as that. Yes. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, let's define the negatively charged body. Guys, please tell me in the chats, is everything crystal clear till over here? Please. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tell me in the chats if everything is crystal and clear. Tell me, everybody out there, is it clear? Is it clear, my dear NEET aspirants? Protons are inside the nucleus. Okay. So it requires huge amount of energy. So we transfer electrons only. We remove, add electrons only. So everything happens with and when you see what is a positive charge? Sir, is positive charge a thing? No. Positive charge means deficiency of electrons. When you have a body in which you remove the electrons, automatically you define it is a positively charged body. Now let's talk about the negatively charged body. Negatively charged body. Take a look, my dear NEET aspirants, when we define this negatively charged body. Okay, let's take a look at the negatively charged body. See, boys and girls, let's suppose again you are taking the neutral atom. Again, you are taking the neutral atom. I'm taking the same neutral atom. Let me just copy it. Again, you are taking the neutral atom. Okay. Again, you are taking the neutral atom. In this particular case, my dear NEET aspirants, this time you are not removing the electrons, you are supplying the electrons. Supply one electron. Add one electron. When you add one electron, my dear NEET aspirants, could you please tell me how does it look like then? Sir, afterwards it is going to look like, okay, before adding the electrons, in this particular case, I would say number of positive charge will be equals to number of negative charges. So I can say in this particular case, boys and girls, net charge will be equals to 0. Net charge will be equals to 0. Net charge is equal to 0. This is a neutral. Now, when you are adding one electron, now my dear NEET aspirants, see, these are what we call the orbits. So now how many electrons are there, sir? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 electrons are there. So can I say in this particular case, my dear NEET aspirants, number of negative charge is greater than number of positive charge? Absolutely, sir. Without a shadow of doubt, I can say it like that. Number of positive charge will be equal to number of negative charge. So can I say here in this particular case, net charge of the body is negative? Absolutely, sir. If net charge of the body is negative, so can I say this becomes what? This becomes negatively charged. Negatively charged. This becomes negatively charged. So how can you define now a negatively charged body, my dear NEET aspirants? I can write over here. So if an electron is added to a, if an electron is added to a neutral body, it becomes negatively charged. Guys, now define it over here. Take a look. In this negatively charged body, what do you see? Do you see the deficiency of electrons? No. Sir, electrons are large in number as compared to the protons. So, when the electrons are large, there is no deficiency. What is the opposite word of deficiency? Excess. So, we say excess of electrons is known as the negative charge. How do you define negative charge? Excess of electrons. How do you define the positive charge? Deficiency of electrons. So, boys and girls, what I can say in this particular case, my guys, smash the like button. I want you to smash it like right away. Quick. Smash the like button. Only 50 likes are there. What are you guys doing? Do it quick. Smash the like button. Make it 100. Make it 100 right away. Quick. Everyone means everyone. Whosoever is watching. Do it. Okay. Now, boys and girls, take a look. So, excess of electrons is known as negative charge. Excess of electrons is known as negative charge, my dear NEET aspirants. This is how we define negative charge. Excess of electrons. Excess of electrons is known as negative charge. So we are done with positively charged body. We are done with negatively charged body. Okay. We are done with, I would say, electric charge. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, I want you to understand certain things. I want you to understand few things which are important. First of all, we will be talking about the properties of charge. Properties of charge. This is the first thing I'm supposed to teach you over here, my dear NEET aspirants, properties of charge. So listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. Properties of charge. My dear NEET aspirants, when we talk about the properties of charge, listen please very, very, very carefully. When we talk about the properties of charge, so first property of charge is a scalar quantity. Charge is a scalar quantity. Okay. First property is charge is a scalar quantity. Charge does not have direction. You can't say, sir, charge on this body is 40 coulomb. So this is a rod. You would say, sir, charge on this body is 40 coulomb in the right direction, in the left direction. No, you don't define the direction over here. Why? Because it's a scalar quantity. Second, charge is conserved. Charge is conserved. What happened to this? Just a second. These glitches happen. Okay. Is this clear till over here? Is this clear? Guys, yeah, now it's started. Okay, take a look. So I can say charge is conserved. I can say charge is conserved. Now, what is charge conserved? That is called conservation of charge. Let me just show you an example, boys and girls. Let me just give you an example. Take a look. I would want you guys to listen to me very carefully. Okay. I would want you guys to listen to me very, very, very carefully. Take a look, boys and girls. See. When I say conservation of charge, let's suppose, my dear NEET aspirants, I'm taking a box over here. This is a box. Okay. This is a box. Yes. And inside this box, my dear NEET aspirants, you have, let's suppose, inside this box you have different number of balls or spheres. This is a sphere. This is a sphere inside the box. This is a sphere inside the box. And in this sphere you have plus 2 coulomb charge. In this sphere you have plus 4 coulomb charge. In this sphere you have plus 1 coulomb charge. Okay, absolutely. Now, if I ask you what is the net charge inside this box, what would you say? 2 plus 4, in this you have 2. First one, 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. Plus 7 coulomb charge. Absolutely, sir, without a shadow of doubt. Now, you are doing one thing. You are shaking this box, you are taking it to the some other position, you are bringing it back. Then you finally place this box over here only. Then you finally place the box over here only. Okay, you place this box over here only. Okay. And my dear NEET aspirants, when you place the box over here only, you saw plus 3 coulomb charge in the first ball. You saw, I would say, plus 1 coulomb charge in the second ball. Plus 1 coulomb charge in the second ball. Okay. And you saw, my dear NEET aspirants, plus 3 coulomb charge in the third ball. Now, what was previously? If you check the previous one, so previously in the first ball it was 2 coulomb charge. In the second ball it was 4 coulomb charge. Okay. In the third ball it was 1 coulomb charge. Now, could you please tell me in this case right now, what is the net charge? Sir, I feel net charge is still plus 7 coulomb. Now, can I say by using this logic, sir, whatever is the net charge inside this system initially, same is the charge inside this system finally. Net charge of the system does not change. So I can say, sir, net charge inside this previously is 7 coulomb. So finally also it is 7 coulomb, my dear NEET aspirants. So this means conservation of charge. No doubt the bodies inside the system have shared the charge, changed the charge. But overall the net charge of the system remains conserved. Net charge of the system remains conserved. Okay. So what I can say in this particular case, we say here, net charge of the system remains conserved. That means Q initial is equal to Q final. This is called conservation of charge. Charge can neither be created nor be destroyed, but can be transferred from one body to another. My dear NEET aspirants, if I say the charge here is 7 coulomb and I say charge here is plus 10 coulomb, then conservation of charge is not there. But charge is always conserved. That's why we say whatever is the initial charge, same will be final charge. Okay. Okay. Is this clear? Please tell me in the chats, everybody out there. Is this clear? Please tell me in the chats, everybody out there. Tell me, guys. Okay. Now, my dear NEET aspirants, with this, we are ending the today's session. That's all for today. So thank you so much. Thank you. I would see you guys in the tomorrow's class. Till then, bye-bye and take care, okay? So that's all for today. See you tomorrow in the class itself. Okay? Okay? So I hope you liked this lecture. You enjoyed the lecture. So in the batch, you are going to have a lot of fun. In the batch, you are going to have the extremely crazy content. That is for sure, my dear NEET aspirants. That's all for today, okay? Timing will be same. Timing will be same, like 7:50, I'll be taking the class. Okay? So take care, boys and girls. Thank you so much. That's all for today. Yes. Chalo guys, take care, take care.